Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thanks for joining into another exciting session of Workday Talent Modules. So, in the last series, if you have remembered, we have completed the talent module, one segment of the talent module that was a goal management and performance management piece. And in that, if you have remembered, we have covered multiple topics there, like your goal management, we have talent review, employee reviews, talent and performance calibrations, feedback, check-ins, how to configure those, and how to understand those topics at a very high level, right? And we are planning for this also in hackathon to how to configure it in the system and all. So that announcement will come soon. So today we are going to start new topic, that is a career development plan, right? So before we start, I have a question for all of you. What is the difference between a job and career? Many of you have attended many of my sessions, right? Okay. So I would like to see that answer in the chat, right? Okay. Job. Okay. Yeah, good. There are very good responses. I see that in the chat window. Good. Okay. Anyway, so if you are watching it also in my YouTube channel or in my platform, keep commenting if you are watching the recorded sessions. So write down the difference between a job and career. Okay, what does a job means for you? What does a career means for you? Which is more important? And you can also, there are so many articles, you can Google it. Okay, but I would like to learn from you also. If any new points, definitely I will highlight your comment in the community, right? So with that note, we will start today's session's career development plan. And we before that, we will be seeing a couple of other topics we do have in this segment. We do have development items, skills and experiences, career interest, career hub, talent marketplace, career profile, mentors, and connections. So these are the 7 key topics we do have under the career development plan. So before we go to the system, we'll be seeing few things in our admin guide or our implementation guide, right? So this is the development items we can see. And what does it ask? Whenever you are going for creating all these things, there are few prerequisites we have to fulfill. Okay. So there I can see these are the few security policies we have to enable in the system before we go for the means next level of configurations, right? So whenever we see these are few tasks we see to configure relates to, so there are few things we have to check. So we'll be doing this exercise. Don't worry. So configure talent tag and who to create the categories or development items. We do have something called maintain development item categories. Okay, so this one also will be going to see. And the next one, configure the status name, maintain development item statuses. Okay, so there is a very thin line of a difference. You can see that development item categories, development item statuses. Okay, this is the only difference between this previous one, right? So we have to ensure the wording here. So then we do have, if you want to rename something throughout the talent, you can utilize always the maintain custom level tasks. Okay. So if you're getting confused, I would always recommend to make a note of it. I always prefer the mind maps and all, right? I'm always a fan of mind map, you can say. You can also put these things in your mind map. Okay, suppose I'm going for development items, right? So what I can do, so I can, from a Workday point of view, okay, what I will do, I will put those tasks here. In the Workday, this is called as a task, right? Whenever we are going to any kind of a configurations inside this, right? So for development items, I will mention tasks are like this. I will not be writing the full name or WD task, and I will mention that this is one of the tasks, configure talent tags, so that it will be very easy for us. So whenever we will go into system and we will navigate to the task, it will be very easy for us to remember. Then the next one is, after that we do have maintain development item categories task. Okay, it is not copying properly. Let me see it again. Maintain development item categories task. Then next one is we do have maintain developer item statuses task. There's a thin line of difference, categories and statuses. The key is missed. I'll just correct it. Then we do have next one is maintain custom level tasks. So we'll be coloring in a different way so that it will be easy for us to understand. The last one is maintain custom level task. Suppose if you want to change, this is very generic one, nothing special as such. Maintain custom level task. Okay. So these are the four tasks we can see in our system, right? Okay, let's collect other things as well. Now, so like before we go to the lab, we'll be seeing few things conceptually, what else is there. So what they're asking, so basically context is actually for enhancing career planning and professional development, we use it. And we can associate with other topics, other items like job profile, job interest, competencies, work experiences, right? All this we can do it. And we can add development items, mind development. So there's a few things we can access, okay, for yourself, for your teams. That can be reports, that can be some actions, right? And how you can check it out, there is an option. There's an example have been given here. You can see in the reports, my development items or my team's development items, or for any kind of a topic, we can also see all these things in our system. So how to access? Okay, so this is a task we will be seeing, and there are a few things we will be seeing related to the access. Let's say this is an ability access. So here, let's say I do have report, that is the development items. This is also in a lab exercise which we are going to see. Then another thing is either you can see your development your item or my team development item. There are two options which we can explore. My team's development items. If you're having a team structure, then related action on a worker, we can see it in a talent view development plan, development items. This is another way of checking it out. Talent view development items. Another way of looking at it into a if you're checking your worker or talent goal profile, career development items, you can see there as well. Then from performance point of view also, you can see it. Similarly, from a home landing page, you can access it from a career development item. So we will see a couple of them, not everything. Everything will be covered in the hackathon. If you are excited about the hackathon, you can join soon. Let's see. Let's see, we will be exploring the access part, then we'll be going to tasks. And before that, let's see if anything concept-wise, if anything is missing. I don't think so. Okay, so before we move to the skills and experience piece, we will be looking at it this only. So there are a lot of things to check it out. So let's see, we will see mind development items, if you can see it in the Workday. We'll be going to system directly now. Let's move on to the topic of Workday. So let me refresh my system a bit. So what we're going to see, first one, we will be looking at WD access, that's a Workday access for my reports, my development item. Let's see what is there. Already there, we can see that there are two things. My team's development items, one of the other audit one, my team's development items changed in last week. Okay. So the development items, my development items. Okay, so it is not there directly. So we can see the my team's development item. Let's see what is there. Okay, so I think for this employee, we do not have any data, right? But otherwise, you will be able to see the employee, his development item, what are the development items, and all those. What the start date, the header, at least from seeing the header, you can understand what are the kind of development items we can have, right? And what is the start date? As simple as that. The status mode, right? Whether it is in progress, it is completed, and all those stuff. Okay, so this is how we can reach out here. Similarly, if I see if you another stuff, my development, suppose there any change in your development plan in your teams, right? Including if anything is deleted or not applicable, that also you can see from this section. Okay, so this is one part we have seen. Then next one is talent view development items. From that also you can check it out. So how to go there? Let's see. So talent management dashboard, if I can see it, let's see. Okay, so this is basically the performance part, not your other topic. If I go here, let's see. Is there any talent tab? Let's see. Yes, so we can see this app, you can add it here, your applications in your dashboard, adding to menu, talent, right? So if it does not add it, employee review rating, if I want to add it, I can add it. My team's goal activity, I can add it from here. What I will going to do, I will go to my menu. So from that list, I will go to a talent piece here. Then I can see there are so many things are coming up. Okay. So there are so many things, like one is a view and then there is the actions. Okay. So like here, talent review status summary, get feedback on worker, give feedback, find workers, create talent pool, calibration status, you can view it, talent snapshot, employee potential, feedback on my team, suction profile, suction plan, my team suction plan, talent matrix. So all these things you can see it here. So what they're asked is basically go to the mind map again. Okay, talent view development items. Okay, so I think it's not there. View development items. So my team section plan is there. Okay, performance is there. Okay, if it is not there, let's see to other topic. If we so we can make a note of it. Let's see if it is not coming, that means something is missing in our configurations. Might be. We will look into it. talent view development item. So ideally it should be appearing here, view development. So let's see. Nothing is coming. So before that, let me see if anything is there. No. Talent snapshot. Nothing has been maintained. Okay. So what we're going to do, similarly, performance development items, home landing page, career development items, home landing page, career. Okay. Development items. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, so this is a development, but I don't think this is something related to this. Let's see. Okay, so this is something related to that, but not exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, so here I can see development items which I was searching for under career, under performance also. I think it's the same thing. Yeah. So if I go there, development items, right? So I can select, you can see for employee, at the employee level, right? This can be done. So what is the development item, when is the start date, what is the completion date, status and status note. All these things can be visible. You can maintain it at individual level so that your manager or supervisor or administrator, they can look into here right from this. Okay. So this is how the team's development items you can navigate. Okay. And same thing is for the interests also. Okay. For the MD and as an individual, if you like to see, right? So at an employee level, if you want to see all those stuff, right, you can always verify or check back. So it is loading. Yeah, we can see for Mr. Abhishek Jain, we can see if it is something is there for Kevin Lu, he's the employee. And we can see these three things basically, the career, travel, and relocation, right? So your mobility options, you can add it, you can see it from here. Okay. So for this employee, it is nothing is there. Okay. Otherwise, it will be coming from here. Okay. So this is your interest level and all, right? So we are not going to that detail. So interest is there, career interest, what is the difference? If you want to see any of the employees, let me search for anyone. So there is small difference you'd always appreciate. Like one is the interest and this is a career interest. Okay. So let me go for this Amit Chaudhary and for this employee again. So one thing is it was there in the career interest and there is a, so relocation travel career interest is there. So you can see that he has to write in a wording, right? Yeah, so he has talked about unlearning and learning, right? And yeah, so this is something we can take, model it, and you can write it according to your interest, job interest, travel, relocation. He has not added anything, but this is the way you can fill it up. Okay, so this is nothing, not a rocket science. You can write your interest, you can write your career interest, right? And employee potential, this is we are going to cover in the succession planning, so you don't have to worry about much. So otherwise, this is how it looks like. So we do not have much. in succession planning. We can cancel it. So what we can do, so that couple of things we have seen how does a development item actually look like. Okay. So now we will be going to a WD few access we have seen. Now we will be seeing few tasks. Okay, at a configuration level, what kind of a task we can do. So let's start the configure talent tag. What does a configure talent tag means? Yeah, it is visible configure talent tags. Okay. So in this, we can see these are the different development items. We talked about the development items, right? It can be coming under different categories, right? So the development items we talked about. And the development category items can be tagged like this. Competency. It can be competency. It can be related to your job profile. It can be your work experience based on that talent tag. Also, I think these are three major category of the talent tags have been given here. And similarly, for the feedback, from feedback point of view, you can choose the competency can be one of the talent tag. Similarly, whenever you're deciding a goal, outcome-based goals, right? So it can be the feedback. Okay, feedback again is a part of your talent tags. So you can include so all these readily available options which is coming up. And this is how you can configure a talent tag. And this will be utilized in the future whenever you are doing this entire implementation of a project related to this talent modules and all. This will be definitely utilized in the future. Okay, so but more details you can always refer the glossary and what does it each and every individual. This is terminology specific to Workday. Okay, so you can check that. Okay, so this is configuring a talent tagging, I will say, talent tag. Okay, development items, we have already seen it, and these are details about it. Okay, so now with that understanding, we will move on to the next configuration point or task point of in the Workday. That is maintain development item categories. Let's see what does it there mean there. Maintain development item category. So there are two things I have already put in the mind map. One is the maintain development item category. Second one is the maintain development item statuses. Thin line of a difference, just only one word difference, categories and statuses. So you have to understand what does it do. So if you go to the task, item categories, what does it do? Let's see. Okay. So if I try to add something here, right? So nothing, it is everything is a blank actually, you see. So there are maintain development item categories. You have to utilize it from the scratch. So this is something we will be finding here in this, right? So what are the categories? Okay. Then it is related to the what. Okay. So there are two things. One is, as I was saying, one is to create categories. To create the status name, you can utilize the status name options. And to keep the categories, you can create more categories by coming here. Let's say skill is one of the category. I will just put it randomly. You can have a better idea. Okay, so I will be having this category. We can add it. Okay, so similarly, we can also add more and more, and it will be visible in your it's all everywhere. Okay, so now let's move on to the maintain development item statuses. Okay, if I go to the statuses here, this is actually already has been configured, the ordering. Okay, in progress, complete, not applicable. Okay, this is the Workday means we can create, and you can also have more statuses. Okay, in progress, not complete, or you can say, let's say, are putting something, say, O, that means not started. Okay, that can be also a status. Okay, so not started. Yeah, not started is there. You can put it here. Click OK. Okay, simple. Very simple. These are the very basic configurations I will say in the Workday. And you have your Workday tasks. Now we have seen the three things. Configuring the talent tags, maintain development item categories, and the statuses. In the statuses, what we have seen, just to remember, so that you can remember what we have configured, right? So the statuses tasks we have covered, completed, example basically, copy, completed, not completed, or not started, then in progress, then another one, I think it was not applicable, right? So these are the few things we have seen. This is just example. Similar in the item categories task, if you have remembered what we have seen there, we have seen there like competency. Also, we have seen there what else? Okay, if you have remembered, maintain development. What was that? Item categories. In that, what we have seen that skill. I've added one as a skill. It can be competency. It can be skill. It can be anything. Okay. So for the timing, I'm just put it like this. And the talent tag we've already discussed. So this is something we can put it like this. Configure the talent tag in that way we've already seen. Those are the development items, feedback related and outcome based goals. So we will just taking an example. Suppose somebody will be asking what is the meaning of a talent tag. At least you should be able to answer it. Okay, under different categories. This is one category. Let's say development items is one of the categories. Next one is let's say related to feedback, and then another can be the goal orientation. Let's say so it can be related to your feedback. It can be also related to your goals. Okay. So related to that, the talent tag can be configured like for a goal, we can have, it can be connected to your competency feedback again. Let's say, then another one can be your development items, right? Okay. So this can be three things. Similarly, if I go there, in the feedback category, we can have competency. Similarly, in the development items, we can have based on your basically competency job profile, competency job profile. Next one is a work experience. Based on that. Okay, these are just examples. There can be multiple different other examples, so I'm not going to go there. So you can share your experience whenever you are configuring or in a client environment, right? But this is at a high level. I have covered all those topics, right? And the last one is a maintaining custom level. So this is already easy one. Like if you are to change anything, any level and all, you can always go there. That is your maintain custom level. Okay, this is one of the tasks, maintain custom level task. And if you want to change anything, right? Let's say as we're talking about the talent, right? So talent related topic, we will see what other changes have been done. So here we can see if any changes have been already there. I don't think there is a change in the development plans and all. Gig has not been changed. Only thing is the goals, wherever we have seen, this is actually has been changed to outcome based goal. Otherwise, mentor, mentee, whatever I see, I don't think there is any change in the terminologies, milestones. Okay. Okay, this one is actually, yeah, this is very organized. A PIP, they do not want to call it a PIP, performance improvement plan. Rather, they will call it performance development plan or plans. Okay, so already they have changed. Retention, they have renamed to retention task. So in case if you need anything, you want to change, you can always come here and you can relabel it. Okay, so this is a very easy one, nothing much. Okay, so with this, now we have understood the first topic today for today. That's the development items. All right. So with that note, we will stop here. And in the next sessions, we will be starting with the skills and experience topic. Okay. So till then, goodbye. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for joining in. Looking forward to the upcoming sessions.